Hey there, I'm Christy Wilhelmi from Gardenerd, and today's video is all about something that's showing up in gardens right now as your stone fruit trees leaf out. I'm talking about one disease that strikes them in a way that you will never forget: peach leaf curl, or just leaf curl. Peach leaf curl is caused by a fungus, and that fungus is called Taphrina deformans, which to me sounds like a high school mean girl who's hurling insults like, "Hi, I'm Taphrina, and why are you so deformans?" Anyway, peach leaf curl shows up on leaves as they're emerging from dormancy, as they're budding out and leafing out. What happens is the fungus collects in the nooks and crannies on the bark, at the leaf nodes and the buds. And as the leaves emerge, they're affected by the fungus, causing a deformity, deforans, that makes a bubble or a curling shape in the leaf that turns yellowish and then red, and eventually it'll turn brown and fall off. This can cause a problem because over time, as the problem increases, the vitality of the tree and its ability to process sugars and photosynthesize decreases, and so the tree will eventually die. Now, the other problem is there's nothing you can do about it right now if you see it on your leaves right now. The solution is to treat the problem during dormancy. When a tree is in dormancy, that is the best time to address the problem. And there's 3 dates. I want you to get out your calendar and write this down right now. When traditionally, if you're spraying a dormant oil or a dormant oil that is combined with a biofungicide, you want to spray 3 times on 3 dates. And those dates are Thanksgiving, which is an American holiday on the last Thursday of the month, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. With this particular issue, you only may need to spray 1 time, possibly twice. But here's the thing. Most of the time, the common treatment for peach leaf curl is a copper fungicide. Now, I'm not a big fan of copper fungicides. Why is that? Because copper persists in the soil. It doesn't dissipate. And if you continually spray the trees, that copper builds up in the soil and can cause problems with the tree being able to absorb nutrients. It's a heavy metal. It doesn't dissipate. It stays in the soil. So be very, very, very careful about how you apply copper fungicide. Now, there are in some states available another treatment that has low or no copper, and that's a lime sulfur. But that treatment is restricted in many states and in backyard use in a lot of places too. Now, if you don't want to use a copper fungicide, there are some alternatives that you can try. Depending on where you look, there's some advice to remove the leaves, whereas other sources, university ag sites, will say that that hasn't been shown to make much of a difference in preventing the disease from spreading. However, when the leaves drop on the ground, the spores remain in the soil, and that helps them rejuvenate and come back next season. So of course, our plan is to interrupt the life cycle. So I removed all the leaves I could find on here, but I'm also going to do something in the dormant season that I haven't done before, and that is to spray biologically active fungal dominant compost tea. Now, if you go back to a lot of the things I've talked about, fungi and bacteria coexist in balance. And when any one of those things, if a bacteria that's a bad bacteria or a bad fungi gets out of hand and there's an overpopulation of it, good bacteria and good fungi can help wrangle that back into order to the point where it doesn't do any damage. So you can either spray with your copper fungicide or your lime sulfur, or spray in the dormant season with biologically active fungal dominant compost, and that will help keep that fungal infestation at bay. Another thing you can do is feed it. Nitrogen is really important in order for the tree to be able to produce new leaves if you are pulling off the old leaves or when the old diseased leaves fall off. Once things dry out, the fungus doesn't have an effect on the new leaves that are produced. So at a certain point, any new leaves that are being made are going to be disease-free. So fertilize with organic nitrogen, and that will help the tree recover from having evidence of the disease. So that's it. You may not be able to do anything about your peach leaf curl right now, but if you set those 3 dates in your calendar for next year, you'll be ready when it happens, before it happens. Just make sure to apply your spray prior to when the buds swell. That's the trick. Timing is everything. So that's what you can do to help prevent peach leaf curl from destroying your stone fruit trees. If you have a friend who has this problem, send them this video. And for learning more about growing fruit trees and vegetables, visit gardenerd.com. Consider becoming a Patreon subscriber to support all the free stuff that we do here at Gardenerd, and check out my gardening books, Grow Your Own Mini Fruit Garden, Gardening for Geeks, and my novel, set in a community garden in Los Angeles, Garden Variety. Happy gardening.